Hey everybody, we should be going live here if everything is working both on YouTube and Facebook. We're just confirming some stuff. So just to get going here, I'm going to be running some stuff here in the background just to see, like, are we on the Camtasia Facebook page? Are we on the YouTube page? It looks like we are live on YouTube. I don't see it on Facebook, but we're doing some testing, but I want to use this as an opportunity to talk to you guys. Talk about a couple of different events coming up. I also want to talk about any questions you might have, and I'm going to be trying to monitor here the chat as I talk to you in both places. This could be messy. It looks like we are live in both places, so welcome out there in YouTube land, out in Facebook land. Talking about we can talk a little bit about Camtasia, we'll talk a little bit about video. If you have questions, come on, you go ahead and you can post this here. Again, I'm going to try to pay attention to those. I do want to talk about a couple things though. First of all, I want to talk about a couple live events that are coming up that you guys can sign up for. First one is on September 12th, coming up here. You can find information if you're on the Facebook page. It's called 11 Truths and 3 Lies About Making Great Video. Now, we're partnering with some people over at Convince and Convert. So if you're in the marketing space and you know Jay Bear, he's putting on, we're going to have guests on there, Amy Landino, sorry, Sunny, I don't know how to say your last name and I don't want to slaughter it. Madeline Skylar are going to be there and they're going to be talking about video. If you don't know these folks, go check them out. Learn more about them and what they do. I had a chance to sit down with Amy Landino last week for another event. Fantastic information about video. Madeline Skylar is awesome. She's got great information about being social. So check that out and see what you can learn. We'll make sure there's links and stuff that you can join, click through. In fact, let me do this real quick. Let me go here and bring this up for you, and I'll switch over so you guys can see this. The promotional materials for the event, because it is pretty great, and you'll get to see who these people are and what they're all about. So let me just do some switching here. So now you guys the other event that we're going to be working on is coming up on September 20th, and this one I'm personally super excited about because I am partaking in it, going to be hosting it. It is called the TechSmith Academy, and it is part of our TechSmith Academy at academy.techsmith.com. It's getting through your first video alive. It's our video survival course. We've got some awesome guests. Now, this is a big one. It's going to be 4 hours of live streamed event. The only place to watch it is, again, at academy.techsmith.com. It's free to join, free to watch. You do have to register and sign in, but that's, again, all free. And we've got some great things. So on September 20th at 11 a.m., we're going to go live, and we're going to have Owen Video. We're going to have Buddy Scalera. And if you don't know Buddy, he actually worked on the Deadpool comic books as a writer. We're going to be teaching video editing with our own Jason Vlad. Danny Wittenborn from TechSmith is going to be talking about how to get better video feedback. We're going to talk about distribution. And it's going to be like 4 hours long. But we're really excited about that because that means we can get into some depth. So again, all the behind the scenes stuff. So here we go. So now I'm going to be checking here, watching to see let's see, what do you guys got here in terms of questions and things that you want to talk about. So I do hear there's somebody saying sound problem. I don't know if that's still going on. If that's an issue, let me know. you know, let me know if we got any problems. So someone else is saying error. So a couple other things here. Let me bring this up here so it's a little easier for me to see. Okay. So on YouTube, can we do faster time effects in video? Camtasia 8. We're not, you know, if you're on version 8, there is version 2018. So there was a version 9 in between there. So I would recommend checking out the newer versions. I'm not sure it's going to do what you want it to do, but it's pretty good. So someone said sound was off when we switched scenes. Okay, that's good to know. Part of it, like I said when I was coming into this, is I want to test some things out so that we can go live more often. And I think I know what the problem is, and I can fix that. So let me recap. TechSmith Academy, academy.techsmith.com. Go there, sign up for the 4-hour event on it's hard to speak today, on September 20th. And then the Convince and Convert event, you can find more information in the stuff below, or we'll get it out there so you guys can see more about it and sign up for it. It's going to be awesome. Someone says, hey, they're editing all their videos with Camtasia because it's so easy and cool. Thank you. We appreciate that, Billy4Gamer. Yeah, so let me see. I don't see any comments over in Facebook land. Maybe I can't see them when I'm live here, but if you guys have comments or things you want to ask about, now's the time. If you guys haven't checked out Academy, the TechSmith Academy, I do recommend it. I'm really partial to it though, of course. It is free. And right now we have 8 different courses up there, all about the basics of creating video. You can go and learn about writing scripts, storyboards, shot lists. You can learn about lighting. You can learn about some sound issues. There's stuff about syncing audio and video if you're going to do a production where your audio is recorded separately. There's even a little bit about screen recording, and those we think they're kind of fun. So definitely go check that out. So another question that came in here is, problem when I face and the mouse cursor disappears when I record, how to solve it. So I don't know off the top of my head what's going on. I would definitely look at your settings to make sure you're including the mouse cursor. I mean, that sounds pretty simple, right? Probably not that. Depending on what you're recording, you might need, you know, really this is an opportune time to tell you about our tech support.techsmith.com. If you haven't worked with them, they're fantastic and they're willing to help out and answer questions where they can. And it might just be something, there's used to be in older versions of Camtasia hardware encoding. So if you go into your recording settings, there's a checkbox. I can't remember if it needs to be checked or unchecked, but whatever you have now, do the opposite and see if that works on the recording settings, but you could try that for sure. So yeah, so really, again, this was just a test to see how live was going to work, multicasting to both Facebook and YouTube. If you guys are interested in going live, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to figure out what makes sense and who we're gonna, you know, how we're gonna do this, because we think that if we can be available to answer questions or have conversations or just to share great information, would love to know what makes sense and what you guys are interested in. So if there's topics you're interested in, if there are questions that you have that you want answered, if there are things that you would like to see us go live and talk about, we'd love to do that. So with that said, appreciate you guys tuning in for this short time. So unless there's more questions, I see there's another one I can take here in a second. You know, we won't keep this going live for very long because we don't necessarily need to. So someone else asked, has the new Camtasia solved some of its audio video sync issues from screen capture? Now, there was a lot of work done in Camtasia 2018, which is the current version, both on the Windows side and on the Mac side. I'm not the product expert who would know all the ins and outs about those details, but I know that a lot went into that performance, and what I would recommend is download and try it. Give it a try, and if it's not working, talk to our tech support. But I know they put a lot of effort in that area, so I don't want to be confident and be like, yes, we fixed it, and that not be true. But I feel like based on everything I've heard from our development teams, from our product leadership, that yes, that there was a lot of work on those types of issues, and it's definitely worth giving it a go. Good news is, if you're working on an older version, you can always give the new version a try and see how it works for you. So great question though. Another question that came in, Do you know what you are talking about? Depends on the day and what topic we're talking about. But yeah, I know a lot of things we're talking about. Today was really just a test to see if our multicast through Wirecast to Ustream, sorry, not Ustream, but YouTube and to Facebook, if that was going to work. We got some upcoming events, like I mentioned. Now, the Convince and Convert event will not be using our studio equipment. Our TechSmith Academy event at academy.techsmith.com will, and we want to make sure it's working. And we've got our eye on the horizon, right? Like every kind of thing that you do, we want to be testing and trying and doing things that are going to work for our audience to help them. So, so order flow and market profile, yeah, generally I do know what I'm talking about, but I don't know everything about everything. So there's always that. Another question that came in over on YouTube is, what are system requirements for Camtasia 9? I don't know this off the top of my head. I would recommend if you go to camtasia.com or techsmith.com, you can look those up and you should be able to see the system requirements and check those out. But you do want to make sure you meet at least the minimum specs because Camtasia, its video editor, takes a little bit. So Joe Peach over on Facebook says, I can't stay, but I want to thank you so much for making these live videos. Most don't understand the time and effort to do a live show, so thank you. Actually, thank you, Joe. Thanks for that comment. That's helpful for us to know that us being live and available and answering questions the best we can is of value. So appreciate that. And personally, I'd like to do more live, more context, you know, like actually pick a topic and talk about that topic. But we're playing with some things and we'll see what comes about. So Jimmy B says these live streams could be fun. Yeah, I think so. Maybe feature artists, demo cool features, and share ideas. Exactly. You know, what we like to do is maybe talk to creators, definitely demo some stuff in products, talk about video production or more on, if you want to, we're talking on the Camtasia channel. So if we're talking more Camtasia, yes, video production, video basics, pick a topic and go with it. So I think it could be educational. You know, we can talk about the product some more depending on what we're trying to accomplish. But yeah, really for right now, like I said, today is just a test. We want to make sure our camera's working. We want to make sure it's looking good, sounding good. We want to make sure we can push to the locations we want to push to. So, you know, not a ton. Not a ton that we're doing here today. But again, a couple things I want to bring up that I think are of value to you guys if you're just tuning in. Really talking about 2 live events. The one with Convince and Convert is going to be awesome. Again, I sat down with Amy Landino. She's one of the speakers during the 11 Truths and 3 Lies About Making Great Video that's going to be hosted. TechSmith is sponsoring hosting with Convince and Convert, Jay Baer's company. Amy is fantastic. Amy TV on YouTube. She's got a fantastic channel, tons of subscribers. She knows what she's talking about. She's a genuine person as well. So she's going to have great tips. The other guest speakers are also going to be great. Madeline Skylar, I had a chance to talk with her a couple weeks ago. Also fantastic. She knows so much about social media and getting out there and getting things promoted. So those will be fantastic. And then, again, TechSmith Academy is going to go live on September 20th. That event is only going to be available at academy.techsmith.com. We've opted not to go to YouTube and to Facebook. It's for Academy members only. The good news is, becoming an Academy member is free and it's easy to do. Plus, we've got great content out there already and more that we just shot last week at a conference at Video Marketing World. We got more in the works that we're going to be putting out over the next, you know, whatever that cadence is. We're not quite sure yet based on, depends on how long it takes to make stuff. But on September 20th, 11 a.m., we're going to go live for 4 hours. We're going to be talking about basic stuff, but it's important stuff if you're into or just starting to learn how to create video. We're going to be talking about why is video so important today. We're going to be talking about visual storytelling with a guy named Buddy Scalera. And that name might not mean much to you, but if you've ever looked at Deadpool comic books, he's been one of the authors on multiple issues. We're going to be talking about going through some basics of how to edit video. So what do you do when you first record something? How do you cut it up? What are some basic things you can do to start getting a structure put in place and to then edit it? And then we're going to talk about getting feedback, because believe it or not, as much as sometimes we don't like to hear those things about what we could do better, it's super critical. And Danny Wittenborn, he works here at TechSmith. He is going to be talking about some things that he's learned from he went out and interviewed a ton of chief learning officers about what they were looking for. And he's going to share some of the things that he's learned revolving around feedback. And then we're going to talk about video distribution. Do you go to Facebook? Do you go to YouTube? Do you go internally if you have like a learning management system or some other system inside of your organization? What is it that you want to do? We'll give some hints, tips, tricks. We're still kind of fleshing that section out, but it'll be awesome. I'll be there hosting the 4 hours plus bringing in those special guests. It's going to be really great. So let me just check here a couple other things. Thanks, Abbas. Camtasia 11, easy to use. Couple other stuff. Is there a gaming recording software made by TechSmith? There's not. Camtasia Studio, want to upgrade latest version of Camtasia. What can I expect from new version of Camtasia? If you're using an older version of Camtasia, newer versions of Camtasia are going to have, if you don't have the behavior functionality, which was released in version 9 and is enhanced in 2018, better editing capabilities in the current version. Gosh, I'm trying to think of all the things that have happened since 2018. It's like I live with it day in and day out. I don't even think about the things that are new. But actually, one thing, let me do this here. Let me check a shot. Make sure we get this going. Okay, I'm gonna try going live. Let me first launch a program, and maybe what I'll do just to make this easier on us, instead of I can actually show Camtasia. You know what? We're not going to show Camtasia because I don't want to make this incredibly long for you guys, because I could go on forever and ever, and that's not really the point today. So let me just wrap up any questions here. Let me check Facebook again. Nothing else happened on Facebook. However, Camtasia, a couple of requests for product stuff. If you guys do have feedback, feedback.techsmith.com is a great place to leave it. Product leadership is looking at that. It doesn't mean we can always accommodate. The way software is built doesn't always work that way. We can just say like, flip a switch and put it into the product. But we do want to know if there's interest in something. You know, we want to make something that's right for the right audience. And so definitely if you have feedback, feedback.techsmith.com is a great place to leave it. Thanks to Robert, Camtasia is simply great. We need more motion tracking and Camtasia's in there. Can you put as comments admin? I'm not sure what that means. So we'll see what we can do. I might respond to these. I'll see, you know, maybe put some in the stuff below if I get a chance here. But anyways, I think we're going to wrap it up because, you know, it's been 15 minutes. It's a good test on the computer. It's a good test on the streaming services. And we really just want to see and let you guys know about those events and answer some questions. I think we answered a few ones. I do think there's definitely room for us to do some more. So if you have ideas, suggestions, thoughts about what you would love to see in a TechSmith Camtasia stream, let us know. Maybe you want to talk about, especially for our YouTube group, now Camtasia and Facebook, we're actually on the Camtasia page, but if you want to talk about Snagit. If you guys don't know about Snagit, whoa, it's awesome. Screen capture capability. It's got some awesome stuff. It's great if you want to, one of the things I use it for is actually push it into some images into Camtasia after I've modified them. It can blur out sensitive information. You can do annotations on your screenshot. You can actually grab the text right off an image and have it become actual editable text. Some other really cool stuff in there. Say you got a long web page, you want to capture all of it as a screen capture. A screenshot, you can do that with panoramic or scrolling capture. So maybe we could talk about some visual stuff, not just video stuff, but we'd love to know what you guys think. And appreciate, guys, all your positive feedback and comments. You know, if you are a fan of Camtasia, let us know. One great things that you can do to hope you're getting notified in the future is hit like or subscribe. If you're on Facebook, subscribe to the channel, never miss updates. And again, go check out those live events, academy.techsmith.com. And go check out Convince and Convert, the 11 Truths and 3 Lies webinar coming up on the 12th. So thank you guys for watching, and gals, and everyone else out there. We appreciate it, and we will see you guys later.